Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see everyone back for my second Civ playthrough. Last time, as you remember, I did the Shozoni, Pangaea, Small, King, and Epic, were the choices I did last time. And I don't know if everyone would agree, but it seemed to go as a game towards victory progress very well. I think we would have agreed that a military victory would have been very possible, especially on the difficulty setting that we had at the time. I sort of left the game where it was because it was kind of clear at that point that I was going to win, and the game had kind of lost its shine because of that. But fingers crossed, this game we should be able to do something a little more fun. So I've been having a think about who we're going to be for the next game, and I'm going to be sort of focusing on, you know, more of a traditional playstyle for this time. And there are 3 civs that I was wanting to give a try. So I was very torn between these. The first being Siam. Now, Siam are brilliant with city-states, and I was sort of thinking of going for a diplomatic victory this game. And Siam are obviously very, very good at it. They get extra abilities from having alliances with the city-states. Pretty much everything that they give is half improved, including, it doesn't mention this here, but actually happiness and army also get improvements. You get double the happiness from mercantile states, and from military states, I think the units arrive with like 20-something experience. They start with an upgrade. It doesn't actually tell you that in the text, but that's just one of the extra bonuses. The second civ that I was having a think about, if I can find it, there we go, is Greece. Again, for a diplomatic victory, these guys are brilliant. No bonuses as such, but city-state influences degrade at half the regular time, which means once you've got an alliance, it's very difficult to break. They're very good in that respect. Again, something it doesn't mention when you look at Greece's text is that you can also walk through the territory of city-states that you're not allied with, for no diplomatic penalty at all, which is handy. Now, the third, if I can find him, the third one I was thinking about was India. Now, India isn't a traditional diplomatic victory, but I really like their ability. The number of the unhappiness is halved for every citizen, but doubled for every city. So you, in theory, need to have a few very, very big cities. However, it doesn't really work like that. So instead of getting 3 unhappiness for every city, you get 6, and for every population you get half instead of 1. Which means actually, at size 6, you have 9 unhappiness, and a regular person would also have 9 unhappiness. Which means as long as your cities are over size 6, you're actually at a net gain happiness-wise. Which means you can actually play them very wide. If you're clever and you're sensible about not growing too quickly, you can have lots and lots of very big cities with India and do very well. So those are the 3 that I'm thinking about. And I'm not overly sure. Siam, I love them. Greece is probably the best choice, and India is the weirdest one. You know what? I am going to go for India, I think. It's a little bit of a different choice. I don't think I've ever finished a playstyle with them, so it'll be good to sort of to finish a game. Pangaea we did last time. Let's play on an Earth map, shall we? That could be good fun. So just a sort of map that spans the entire planet. I think Small seemed to work sort of well last time. That gave us enough competition. Now, I was thinking about whether or not to increase difficulty to Emperor. And I think, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. Let's see how it goes. It may be that this game is an absolute fail, but we will see. And after thinking about it and sort of reviewing last game, I'm going to move it down to standard from Epic, purely because, and we've mentioned this lots and lots of times, but my laptop, bless it, is very slow. And I'm not the best at talking and doing at the same time. So I think it would be better. To bring the speed down a little bit and sort of race through this game a little quicker than we have been. Now we're going to be playing relatively peaceful. We're going to be playing Gandhi, I think, as his loving, peaceful self. So I'm thinking, should we change the names up a bit? I'm going to call myself Ryan, obviously. The Indian Empire. I'm going to call this, in a sort of olive branch to people, I'm going to call it the peaceful I'm not even sure if that's how you spell peaceful. Oh god. Ryanist. Let's just call it Ryanist. In fact, Ryanville. Let's call the empire that. And then Ryanist again. This is completely egocentric. I completely appreciate that. There you go. You have to live with me. Now, we're going to keep all the victories on. At the moment, I've got policy saving and promotion saving on from an experiment, but we're going to get rid of those. We're going to play it pretty much with regular settings as such. I don't think there's anything to really change. Awesome. Shall we crack on? As we say, we're going to play this a little bit differently to the shows only last time. We are going to play as peaceful as we can get away with. Obviously, the AI can be a little bit unhelpful at times, but we'll extend the olive branch to them. We're going to see if we can get a bit of good diplomacy going this time, and especially with the city-states. So I think with India, the good thing about India is you can get a lot of very good big cities very quickly. And I think focusing on population to start the game would be a good place to start. Let's just get as much population as we can. Now, the second thing I was going to say was I really, really hope we get put on the sea this time. I think that would be really handy. And fingers crossed, this looks like we have been put on the sea. There we go. Sorry, a little delay there. Yeah, and we've even got proximity to a mountain, which is interesting. Now, I'm actually going to... Oh, see, I was going to move it onto the hill, but then we'd lose the river. So it's either putting it on a hill and having the mountain or having a river. I'll just keep it where it is for now, I think. Oh, Delhi. Delhi, what a place. Well, seeing as I'm being so egocentric, I'm gonna call this Port Ryan, I think, seeing as it's on the sea. You're gonna hate all these Ryan references by the end of this, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so as I was saying, we're going to focus on the food growth of these cities as much as we can. Now, in terms of starting wonder, last time we plugged towards the pyramids. This time, after being really surprised with just how slow the Great Library was last time, let's see if we can get the Great Library. We've upped the difficulty, but we do have a few mountains. We've got a bit of forest, so we've got options here to speed up the Great Library's progress. So we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a try. Now, we started with a rune. So we'll go for that. In terms of starters, now, I'm not going to be playing particularly wide this game. I'm not going to do that. But the problem I find with tradition, now I do not like tradition as a starter. There are so many things about it that really annoy me. For starters, you've got skills that, to be honest, seem a bit pointless. I mean, free culture building, that's great, but you could build that in about 5 turns and it would only cost you 1 gold per turn in 4 cities. Like, it's not a big thing. Getting a free aqueduct, again, that's sort of a 1 gold per city deal. The wonder building is good, I would give you that, and the capital emphasis, but tradition only helps you really grow 1 city. And especially with the minus unhappiness, with India's ability, thinking about it, they already get... they don't get half of that unhappiness as it is. So really, we're reducing that from half unhappiness to quarter unhappiness. The text is slightly wrong when you play with India. I did a little research into India beforehand. And all that does is that reduces it from minus half unhappiness for every citizens to, gives it minus half. So I'm not going to go tradition. I'm going to go for a liberty start again, like we did last game. I prefer liberty. We can get an extra city very quickly from it as well. We're not going to go particularly wide. What we are going to do is we're going to try and focus on this, we're going to try and sort of stick to the sea, I think, a little bit. I think that would be good. But because we're going to go for a liberty start, obviously we do need to build a monument. Sorry, I said I would play and talk at the same time. I should, let's try and stick to my promise to myself. Now, you can see here, India start with less happiness than normal. You can see 6 unhappiness for cities is a real problem in the start of the game. That's not a problem. Oh, look at that extra culture boost. That would do us nicely indeed. What sort of start have we got? We've actually started with 3 luxury resources in range of the capital, which is not a bad start, really. Yeah, look, citrus, we've got marble, we've got silk, we even got a deer. I like deers as a resource. They're quite good, really. Another ruin. I wonder who who they're going to give us. Now, I haven't actually played a game of Emperor all the way through, so I have a horrible feeling. Oh, extra population, brilliant start. That's possibly the best start in my eyes. Oh, we've got China again. Oh dear, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna be nice to China this game, aren't we? We're gonna be a lot more polite. I have no idea I didn't even know where China's person was there. Okay, as we said, we're going to go straight for liberty. Honor, we're going to try and play this game peaceful, and to be honest, the honor track does annoy me because it really changes your entire gameplay because you really have to focus on killing. So we're not going to do that. And piety, I know I complained last game. I know I complained last game about not having a religion, and it was really annoying, and I stand by that. It was really annoying. But, oh, America. America. I'm not going to sing the song, but we're all thinking it. But yeah, it's unless you're going really, really wide, maybe a religion isn't the most important of things to have to focus on. So remember, this is a world map. Where have I started? I think I'm pretty sure where I've started. Actually, I think this is the Alps. I think we've got France here, we've got Spain down here, and I think I've been put on where Italy should be. We're playing on a small map, remember, so it's a little bit fudged, and I think Britain's up here, which is good because actually in this part of Europe, I should be able to just very nicely just skirt around the coast and maybe date North Africa a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and I love this about I do love this about the small world map, is that it doesn't actually separate Spain and Africa, so you can pretty much walk straight across. Now, actually thinking about this could be a problem. This could be a real problem for us, because if we're not careful, we're going to be stuck in the Mediterranean and all of our sea routes. And we want to keep sea routes going to our capital. We're going to try and ferry food across as much as we can. I think that's definitely the best thing to do. But if we're not careful, we're gonna be stuck in the Mediterranean and not be able to get out into the rest of the world. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to build a city, I think, either on this hill where my warriors are now or on the Wine down here. And if I were to do that, then it would sort of create a land bridge between the two. I could use it as a canal system as such, which I might do. That might be a good call, actually.